Hello, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network coming to you live from the United States of America. Today, we can discuss about one very important topic, and we only get about 1 hour for discuss this topic, this program today. We can only do that for 1 hour. Okay, let me start. Let me start something here. We know say, let me just bring this quick. Okay. All right. We know say, we the Leoneans then will get one big problem. One big problem. You know whose problem we'll get? We'll get what we call the problem of hypocrisy. Well, hypocrisy now something where you they tell people them for do one thing and you do the other. That's not just one definition of hypocrisy. Truthfulness, lack of truthfulness. You talk true, you do things the way you oppose, or you oppose things the way they do. This now in then called hypocrisy. And if you look at we country today, in terms of the politics we will get, you will find out say that is always the case. Let me just share this broadcast quickly, guys. But you go say one of the biggest problems we will get in Africa, Sierra Leone in particular, is the hypocrisy where we get too much. Now, let me start with in the context of today's politics, the way they play politics today, na saloon. And when you go in and look at the way we, the ordinary people, them also the politicians and they behave, you will definitely know say this is why we not go ever progress. We are going in a circle. Start this way, we come around and can start back. We come around and can start back. Now, first of all, just like I always they say, sincerity now something where we able to help a human being, irrespective of which other people then think. Now, I see so many hypocrisy they go between the different political faction in the country. And what I mean now, first of all, let me start with Chernor. Chernor. I'm talking about Chernor Alphaba of the Africanist press. I don't know why the SLPP they are so angry. I don't know why they're so angry. And I don't know why we the APC we so happy to say the least, or they praise too much. All right. Now, what is Chernor Alphaba, in my own opinion, they do, I strongly believe say they do because he want for get fame, or even though the first lady come out and say Chernor Alphaba when they go meet them for positions, for make them give a job, and they not give a job, so probably that make it vex. They write all them kind of. But I strongly believe say Chernor is sincere patriot. Somebody where, in my own opinion, I believe say if they do this not for any political gains or not for fame at all. If they do for make it able to help the country for expose the corrupt practices of those who pretend to fight corruption, and that is the government officials. So to them, today, Chernor Alpha now a villain. To us, the APC and other opposition party, Chernor Alpha now a hero. Yeah, Bible, they bring you come when I done the monologue. Now a hero. Okay. But can we just sit down a little bit and step back and try to look at things then? And let me just make sure I put this on. So, what are they trying to talk about? Oh, hold on. Cyber, you can't hear. Okay, let me bring in Cyber.
I'm good now. I'm good.
Oh, you're good now. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, can we just step back a little bit and try to look at ourselves, we inner thoughts, we inner sincerity, and try to look at whether they praise Chernor Alpha for what they do, because maybe it help we think saying it help we for portray the corruption of the SLPP government, or you attack them because you think say what they do now out of malice and he hates the SLPP. Can we just step back a little bit and look at ourselves? The reason what you make us say majority of the people where today they na social media, whether they praise or they accuse or attack Chernor Alpha, most of them they're not sincere. And they see some folks na the APC party now. In fact, then they even call Chernor Alpha Dr. Chernor Alpha. Then they call him the hero. All right, it's fine. This Chernor Alpha, where today they call a hero, at one point in time, we don't vilify him. We don't call him a villain. And my commentators them, like Mr. Kaboom, now a witness, now this program, Chernor Alpha don't come at this program several times during the time of the Ebola crisis. And if I remember some of the comments the way I've been get during Chernor Alpha, especially from me brothers and sisters, APC members, them, me comrades them, was Chernor Alpha, and now exactly the way the SLPP they vilify them today, are the same thing will be they vilify them. In fact, I know say a couple days ago, somebody SLPP member he called us, he tell Chernor Alpha same, not to Salon ikam na Guinean. That coded racist or whatever comments, well, not to racist, but probably regionalism in a way we don't use na Africa. So if indeed what would they talk about Chernor Alpha based on what he don't say na sincerity, a lot of Leoneans them today where either they vilify Chernor Alpha or they attack him, go get mind for talk, because one of the things the way as a human being na shameness, you forget na your mind, na your heart, you get for shame, because you get for no sin. People then they look at you. Chernor Alpha Pato where them comes from now be a member of this particular program. I think you know what I've been trying to talk about, something like that. But indeed, Chernor Alpha will be vilify him as an APC. If not lie, let me bring in one of the articles them. The one the way they tell Chernor Alpha about today na hero. And some people they will be vilify him. Let me show you one of the articles them. This was an article where Kokodeko Kapskanu. Right, let me pull the comment section first. Let we all see them. Because the reason what we make I dey try for bring all this, for make we look at ourselves and say, you know what? If somebody do good, whether it affects me negatively or positively, I dey praise them. It doesn't matter. Now, if not good he do, I dey praise them. But I no dey go praise somebody just because it dey serve me own interest, and that's not the problem we get in Africa, and that's not make the fight against corruption will not go ever succeed because we are too hypocrites. This is an article where Capscano writes in 2014 during the time of the Ebola, and it says, as we all the read, unscrupulous attempts to tarnish APC government's commitment to Ebola fight is thwarted by President Nkrumah's former special executive assistant Sylvia Blyden. And when you go through the article, one of the things then where the author right here, where I want for give comparison to what we read today. So now in the second paragraph right here, this paragraph here, it says Chernor Alpha Bam, a Sierra Leonean of Guinean descent. A Sierra Leonean of Guinean descent. It sound familiar, not so? Sound familiar, right? A Sierra Leonean of Guinean descent, who had been very critical of the APC government, gave the New York Times correspondent in Sierra Leone, Mr. Adam Nosita, false information to the effect that $140,000 worth of medical equipment donated by individuals and institutions whose shipment he had organized to help fight Ebola remain locked inside a dented container at the port since August the 9th. Okay, not all the article I want to read on. The point of bringing this article is for make we able to expose some of we hypocrisy. When Chernor Alpha Bar been there against we or been a talk against we, the APC, we call them unscrupulous, a villain, somebody who not even born na Salon, na Guinea, he come out. And guess what? The same SLPP where they vilify today. Now the same SLPP been they take Chernor Alpha Bar as a hero. When I remember that's right. Let me tell us say Chernor Alpha Bar na a hero, na a patriot, na this all kind heroic title them in the gear, just like way with the gear today, all kind heroic title. This is where our problem lies. This is the problem we will get, what we need for fix if we want to go before. Otherwise, we just go in circles. It's very, very important. If we want to fight corruption, the way Chernor Alpha Bar, they try to expose corruption. So let me not just come and praise them because in favor of the APC. Now we look at the merit and how we go able to help them for expose corruption, not in a malice way, but in a way where we're able to thwart corrupt practices. That is the thing where I want for now we all do as Sierra Leonean. Other than that, we are locked into this divided political partisan politics. The SLPP, as long as me na SLPP, if they talk bad about SLPP, whether not true or not, are they attack the one we take. As long as me na APC, if I then talk bad about the APC, whether not true or not, are they attack the person way they talk about the APC bad. And now the country left in limbo. Very important. Now, because now we don't dissociate ourselves from the patriotic duty where we all supposed to forget as Sierra Leone, we supposed to do. Now, guess what? The country has no defender because we all don't go now with different corners them. The country left in the middle, hopeless. Now India and Bogwe, now Africa. I've been to go through before I come at this broadcast. I've been to go through waiting we've been to tell Chernor when it been the attack way. And the more I been they go through, the more I begin realizing, well, I'm not going to say everybody, but majority of the people then today where they call Alpha Chernor, Chernor a hero, are the same people that will be the tell us patriotic, because it been turned EO sword against we. And now today, it turned out against the SLPP. Now it's a hero. I want for them to see the hypocrisy. And we all guilty of that. I am not a saint, but it is very important for me as a media person for me I able expose some of them here for the benefit of society, for the benefit of the country. Because if nobody no there for expose some of them hypocrisy, then we have a problem. So we all don't go after Madabio. Nobody no well, maybe the SLPP. But anybody when a patriotic Sierra Leonean, even within the SLPP, within the young conscience, they know same what Madabio they do. Not the best thing for the country. And Madabio, with all the hala, the loud voice where it come with for say they can't fight corruption, the last thing where people like Wisdom, they begin listening or hearing for say this government, this SLPP-led government of Madabio, they do, is to be corrupt. So anybody when a patriotic Sierra Leonean will know say Madabio in government is corrupt, and we get the opportunity and the right for make we point her out. We don't go do it in malice, but we go able to point her out. And that is what I am here today for expose for saying. No man the one the way they go and talk today. So Chernor Alpha Bar na on patriotic Sierra Leonean, na somebody way hateful, na somebody way do this, will do that. These are the same people who been the call Chernor Alpha Bar Hosanna. Now today they say let's crucify him because he turned his sword against them. And we been they say let's crucify him because he turned his sword against we. What happened? Now because now he turned his sword against the SLPP government, we say Hosanna. So you see how African man they flip, Sierra Leonean in particular, with two flippant, they flip quick. Now just few minutes we don't flip. And that is bad for a young democracy. Like this one will get so. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad. To God. Pato, welcome back, Boo. You don't tell. I hope say they do well. Now let me bring in my commentators them. Now we discuss this because we only get 1 hour for do this quickly. I'm so busy today, but hopefully we're able to finish everything. Okay, Mr. Baibure and Mr. Kabo, welcome to the program. So the topic for today is, I just want for now to discuss the hypocrisy we do within we all, whether you know SLPP, you know APC, and this hypocrisy, it tell me one very important thing, where any researcher will able for pick up and use for academic purpose for see why Africa or Sierra Leonean, them in particular, why we are so backward, the country is so deplorable. And I'm saying this not in a very negative way, but in a factual way. The reason why our country is so deplorable, we are very backward, because of the way we behave, the hypocrisy we power. During the time, just like what I say, we at the APC will be vilify Chernor Alpha Bar because it turned in sword against we. And the SLPP at that time, they call Chernor Alpha Bar a hero because it is served their own purpose, their own political purpose. Now it turned. Now Chernor Alpha Bar turned in sword against the SLPP. Now the SLPP will be called a hero. They say now on patriotic, in fact, not to yourself, but just like what will be tell the article where I just show now, where will be try for tell people then say in fact not to even appear Sierra Leonean. Now we will be the vilify and we say Hosanna. How are we going able to solve this? Bible, I start with you.
Thank you, Dr. Mankota, for giving me the opportunity for say something on this very interesting topic. and to say hi to my colleague commentator, Cabo of New York, and of course to the listeners all over the world. I say hi. Me, from your own point of view, mankind, we are governed by the law of nature, the law of the land, and the law of science. And fundamentally, the law of science, the law of nature is self-preservation. The self, fundamentally is a law. If my adherence to the law of nature are qualified to be an hypocrite, so be it. When we they talk about which don't happiness alone, about the expose where they expose the current regime. Well, where they measure me Sierra Leone and the hypocrisy, I want to tell you, see, they can justify or measure the integrity of Chernor.
No.
Because Chernor, Chernor, in fundamental interest is the state. We other Sierra Leoneans there, we support governments. The differences between the state Sierra Leone is always the state, whereas the government come and go. Chernor is focused. That is why either side tend for attack him, but he is still focused and is consistent with the aim and ideals. That is why I'm saying, me on logic they find out say, he's bound to be blamed. And that qualifies that he's on course, he's doing the right thing. He's not supporting either government, he's focusing with the states. That is why the primary reason why the fourth estate for exist, enough for serve individual governments, enough for serve individual. Your permanent interest is the state of Sierra Leone. So when they talk about the current exposure, where they expose this government, the reference is where make, the evidence is where get. That word we say primary source, using government. Do you know what is primary source? Using government document, using the source from the very government for reveal what he reveal, a tender them, we see them, name, dates, individuals, and the frequency, how events they occur. This is it don't happen in a very unfathomable magnitude. We know anything like this, and for justify them, we see the first lady from her mouth, from her very tongue, almost an admission of guilt. It is talk about the only thing you go ahead for try for justify or rationalize why he did that, and even the chief minister.
Since we only get 1 hour, let's do it in an interactive way instead of just leaving you, because let's do it in an interactive way. Now, I want to make first of all you understand him. Chernor Alpha Bar in your exposure where he make now something we very, very credible. I don't get no problem with that. The points where at the time for that we look at ourselves, we the people, the external Alpha Bar, what did they do? Now the right thing that one day everybody when I pay to suppose from and that kudos them. But we the people, this same person, now we been a talk saying now on page somebody where in fact not to even pure Sierra Leonean, because at that time the same thing where they talk about some Chernor Alpha Bar actually exposed we during the time of Ebola, and because of that we hate and we say now somebody will not to a patriot, and now the same Chernor Alpha Bar do the right thing as a patriot. He exposed the SLPP. Now the SLPP say not to a patriot. So the hypocrisy now the time for let we expose why we so hypocrite.
Okay, I get the point loud and clear. Well, now I make RA say the point told me they talk on this hypocrisy business. I beg for differ from there. Me,
So
I
I
always want Dr. Mankota for tell Baibure, if you are wrong, Baibule, you are wrong. Baibure, this thing you are doing is not right. The only thing I have USA at the talkam and we are for communicatam and USA at the talkam. But if APC thief public fund, I will raise a machete against it. I will never settle with whosoever attempt for do that one day. I no go agree. I no go agree. You go find me a different somebody. Yes, because on a very personal note, you will tend to believe this. But believe me they stand on a moral ground for tell me wef me no bambut. Because me no want nobody wef and nobody no for want me wef. On a personal note, I'm sorry to say this. So if me they discipline myself, no individual, even a sibling, even me picking, nobody know they won't me know the discipline. I get an experience. I'm not all thing for talk now a public situation like this. But believe me, I get a moral ground so I stand on. So if me person say, I want me to understand something again. Or some of you will support the APC. When I support Dr. Mankota for being the president or the leader of the APC, Dr. Mankota gets the whole being. If Mankota go take public fund, believe me, I know they with them. That is not what the APC stand for. Not what the APC stand for go take public fund.
Yep.
The APC now very good integrity. People and they misrepresent we, then they want cover themselves inside the party. And we, on our progressive forces, them, we constantly they tell them, so this is not what we stand for. This is not what we stand for. So I go and stop there for others.
All right. So let me bring in Mr. Kabo. Mr. Kabo, this is very, very interesting. This is an interesting topic. And the reason why I bring this topic just like what I seen in my monologue is the fact that when you go on social media today and listening carefully or read what in Leoneans and they talk today, whether from the APC side or from the SLPP side, you see some kind of cross, objectives. The SLPP, because the firing is going to their own side now, then they fire back. The APC, because the firing is going outside of their own what they call, then they jubilate. Is this the way we supposed to be as a nation when we want to fight corruption?
Well, it's a yes or no question. Answer I will give you. But despite that, Mr. Mankotra, thank you for bringing this. Good afternoon in the first place, and good afternoon, Ms. Bible, and good afternoon to all listeners from New York. Now, I am in support of Chernor, and I am also not in support of him. So I'm pulling in. The yes is pulling me. The no is pulling me.
So now you are nowhere, because if you cannot stand for something,
I am because he is nowhere. He is the one that is nowhere. Mr. Ba is nowhere. So he made me to be in this side of the situation. And what fools him, this is why I say people call him doctor. I hate people who are doctors. I like educated
no, Mr. Kabo. Chernor Alpha not to doctorate. Is a doctoral student.
It's good. All right.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter whether he's a doctoral student, whether he's a qualified PhD. I don't like people with PhD. I like people with education who are educated. Okay. Because just to tell you that a lot of PhDs are stupid. So that's why I love people who are educated, whether it's school or not, but they can read between two lines. So I don't like doctors. I like educated people. All right. Now, having said that, when Mr. Ba came in into the limelight, he put his suggestions, whatever he had. He allowed the media to overcome him. He didn't just Mankota, if I make an allegation against you, I stand by the allegation and I wait what the reaction of the person I allege that I refer to comes in place, or invite me or take me to court, and I go to defend myself. But what did he do? He allowed the media, everybody's intervening from one radio to the other. So instead of becoming neutral to the situation, he became a politician.
No, but I don't think
listen, yes. Only that's your opinion.
Will be fair. That's what be fair with Chernor. They for going a media, I don't think saying any bad thing. Even here in the United States, who say you live so. If somebody na the Washington Post write an article that is very, very interesting, revealing. If they see CNN, they call that person there for going interview. If they talk what in no say, na in believing and na in right from. So that's not to becoming a politician.
Correct, Mr. Mankota. Okay, hold on. That is correct. If I accuse you of a situation in the media or in a piece of paper, you responded in a piece of paper. Hence, we have medium of communication different. Okay, some may accuse me in the media verbally, then I have to respond to them. But okay, but the number of response and the times of response and the type of people I'm responding to have to be considered. And Chernor was all over every media outlet, the Jack and Jill, even if it's a child that's asking him, he will talk. And that is not professional. That's why sometimes I refer to such a thing as an oppositional defiant disorder. Because it comes to a point, you're not only becoming an oppositional person or oppose an opposition, you become disrespectful to the person you are opposing. And that's
so why is disrespect?
And the disrespect is that he accused the president and the wife and then the chief minister.
So not disrespect for accuse somebody.
He made it disrespectful because he allowed the social media to go into him, begin asking him, defending himself continuously without being wait for answers from these people and without being wait for official invitation. Because I made to understand Parliament had brought that at the time so they could investigate the issue. And as things goes on, I even made to understand that he has been sued by the government, by the authorities that he
but
I will press Chernor at this point in time. That's why I say I'm in and out. I'll press him if he could go to Sierra Leone and face the accusations and defend himself. The statement you are mentioning, these are papers he typed. I haven't seen any logo of a statement of the government or a particular ministry. These are things he charged. And some other things he made, I think he failed to understand. There are three things he was mixing up. He was mixing up expenditure, he was mixing up expenses, and he was mixing up corruption. So these three things, I don't know whether he understand what he was saying. So that's why I'm saying, I still want pressure of what he's saying. All right, go ahead.
I still want pressure on one thing. You say Chernor is disrespectful because he go to the media. Who side the disrespect?
No.
Because he go to the media, I know they wait. Tell me exactly who's the disrespect. For accuse somebody, a leader, a politician who is a public figure, for say, he use money when he's not supposed to use. Not disrespect.
No, that's not what I said. It becomes disrespectful when you don't wait to be answered on your allegation. You go in everywhere, the whole world, every Jack and Jill talking to him, turning the character of these people. You're going on a mass campaign of tarnishing the government of Sierra Leone. You don't wait for the government of Sierra Leone to give you an invitation. You should wait. As we all know, there are systems, Mr. Mankota. I can say a little about you. I can make a report about you. But I could also be disrespectful within that report. And that's exactly what he was very... I like the report he made. Hold on, Mr. Mankota. I got to understand. I like the report he made, right? But it's subject to investigation. But he didn't wait for that. He went on the ground. People said he's neutral.
Listen, Mr. Gabo, listen. Chernor Alpha, not a government official. Chernor Alpha, not a journalist. He don't care whether they investigate or not. He writes now in paper what he discover. So he don't care whether ACC or whatever investigative team where they investigate. So that's your problem. Now, and then wait for them people then give.
All right. Okay. So that is okay. If you say he don't wait for investigation, he don't wait for results, and to be proven right or guilty, by the government is guilty or him right. If you say he don't care, then he is a gutter, a press man, because you want to get the facts to the bottom of facts. If you say you don't care, then that's gutter journalism. You just sit down.
Well, it don't get the facts already. Okay. All right.
No, that's
let me bring it.
No altar of truth has been discovered yet by the government and even the authorities and even the APC, because we have authorities in Sierra Leone who does investigation. No altar of an evidence.
Okay. All right, fine. Let me bring in Izagi. Izagi, here is one of the problems where I get with I mean, maybe probably you've been listening to me outside before you come in, but hopefully you go able for what they call. The problem here is, let me just repeat what I asked gentleman here. During the time of the APC, Chernor Alphabet been they castigate the APC. You don't come at this program several times. They castigate the APC for the Ebola money misuse. And at that time, we went in at the APC. When they tell us say, now unpatriotic somebody, now a villain, you know, with they attack them for say. In fact, I just showed one newspaper where they write against for say in not to even appear Sierra Leonean. You know, like what they so. And that at that time the winner been called as a hero at the time. And now the way they call on turn, now when they tell and say not to Sierra Leonean and Guinean, what we be tell them that the same thing that they tell them today. And now what we not been tell them now it will they tell them today. Is that not hypocrisy on both sides?
I mean, to be honest, I will say yes, it is in some way, right? I know they put it fully, right? But the fact remains that I don't follow up this guy in articles and or in what's itself bogus Excel expertise, which said the way the PDF format, the way they go and put out there, you know, would be for say like these are not authentic stuff, you know. And Mr. Abu, what we get for Lana Salon, right? Because even self, let me say, except come on power, right? So when I come back my power, right? Which I know for say it's gonna be impossible. When I come back my power.
Amen. Make it be possible.
Impossible.
Which I know say get for being possible. Even if when I come back my power, right? These are the type of journalists them that they scatter a country, a whole nation, right? Me, I take integrity in journalists that way they bring out facts them. You understand, right?
Are you saying what Chernor Alphabet is not a fact?
I mean, none of these stuff that we don't pull, right, get an authentic government logo panel. You understand,
but
right?
just maybe I acknowledge most of them in there.
Well, I mean, the first lady in Zion, then how that different. How that different.
So you're not big mouth no more.
I know. I know they touch that side here. But then I don't know how that different side. But when you cross over, right, into deep governmental issues, then right, you pull out a statement or you pull out something where you think for say this government is corrupt of, right? Make sure so you back them up with authentic documents. You know, all these documents that this guy go and pull. I just Mr. B, you don't your house you make those documents and put them on the social media.
Yeah, but the problem here is the document they come with the transaction date, the account date, the account number, and the bank inside the account come out. So I think there is some kind of proof on that.
No, Mr. But those things that all you can all make up their stuff. The transaction number, not to things everything for me.
Yeah, but if me accuse you for say go take money and I fake they make, why you not bring the actual account number? Tell and say this account number, they or exist or not to me get time. So this me account. Why?
See they out there. Me honestly go left hand to the Anti-Corruption Commission for many handle then stuff there because the government is too busy for men trying to back distract the government of footing with the work on right now. You understand? We'll get too much big fish for Friday and this little fish will swim inside the high column inside little pond. So
okay, but the problem here is Unayon main campaign is about fighting corruption. And now if they're accusing of corruption, I think say a very, very important, right?
And so far, these governments they really fight corruption. And when they say corruption fight back, and these are one of the ways in which corruption they fight back. Right?
Definitely.
These are some
every time I show that they talk corruption they fight back, and that memo they don't get right.
No. We're not true. Now reality is, not reality. Because imagine journalists like
hold on, I come to you.
Yeah, imagine journalists like Chernor, right? He's supposed to be the eye of the people. Then you understand, right? But now, information that they put out there, that is totally contradictory to what's in the going on the country in the first place. Remember, I said this time we don't come in, right? We don't meet nothing at that coffee day. We try for live on or would they try for let me say sustain this economy based on what they generate? You understand, right? So me will really want to make an action about what's good this government don't do. Make a list some of them stuff instead of in just they blackmail this government.
All right. Well, tell me about the about we get somebody way feedback lecture about or they can ask her Bible.
Thank you, Doctor Marketa. Now, what we for acknowledge? We need for acknowledge one the background of Chernor and in team. They are academicians, professionals, and these are seasoned journalists. You may not want it, you may not want to hear it, but he has done that. That is exactly him. Okay, Zaki, may I pity you now? Why me for like the APC? I see something wrong for defend the APC. I put my integrity on the line, and I'm not going to do it like that. When I see you, I respect you for making attempt for defense until what the first lady, me area, not a person tell me, I had him. And historically, Madabio is a thief. He don't thief 80 million at the country. Me not a small boy. I was a teacher in Sierra Leone for 12 good years. What are they buy newspaper and listen and follow up? Then suffer me. Better way, he talk. Government document over the radio. I had them. They say Madabio thief 80 million. I like President Madabio day before me, so I will tell him that. And like how people don't tell us, so I'll continue to say, First Lady, don't attempt. What he say, the thief man, how can you be a juror in your own court? They don't accuse you a thief, you the First Lady. He say, no, when I go bring the person who been done there for me because in thief. Now make me say, me be Bible. That's what they call stupid commission of inquiry. Now me they go team up under a commission of inquiry. Why I know say mother be a chief man, again for can be chief man, and wef na chief man inside West and they practice corruption. Me they go make a now with cutlass are they go there. Believe me, I'll prefer for day in jail or I die than
Let us be clear also. This na accusation no more na paper the no more will see. So we not go just come blatantly and say anything. I think that's also
I don't study them carefully. No. Look at the evidence. The auditory report. That's a legal document. And what did happen with me citizens there? We get brothers there. And salon, I go salon 210 na college. I first do HTC. I go back na college. I do to me. All me party there who they talk. Money not in a bank. Now they know to evidence say that people they don't loot the money. They looted and not left nothing.
No, don't mean that.
Listen, the man accused them say we achieve the money. And the evidence, the banks are empty. There is no money. and there is the auditory report they say
the banks were empty
the auditory report say the First Lady no agree with the auditor. Now something like this pass this there. Now in the first from a very mouth, where first talk say be they receive government money. Now I can tell the First Lady say is very dishonest, is a liar. He talk say they take government money, and here is a publication where they talk say go to the Bank of Salon, June 28th, 2018. That was the time the account was open on our behalf. If they go and waste government money, now he said now ticket he buy on behalf of people. Who's kind dishonest practice? What would they do? Would they educate the people? Make the people they know, make the Leoneans they know, just like how the man educates them, then change the APC. This back, if the people justify say what the man they talk, make them change them back. When APC come back, if APC dishonest, Alpha Bar will continue to expose them, and the people will change them until the country fine. Until the country fine.
Let's bring in another defender, Mr. Kabo. So what are you respond to by Bure? He said, the president native man, the first lady native man, and native woman.
You see, I go with the theme that I mentioned earlier. I don't like people with PhDs. I like people with education. Right? I'm not talking to try to talk to to get a popular vote or to vote. I'm talking based on issues and circumstances and the reality. Do you understand? Mr. Baibura is saying that the lady is a thief. The president is a thief. I think this has not been substantiated in any way possible, even Chernor. That's why I told you that Chernor I was in and I'm in and out because I like to fight corruption, and because you use the word
But
corruption, I
only
remember.
corruption waiting at the other side.
No, both corruption. You see, this is very serious, Mr. Mankota. I don't want you guys to play on this because the ordinary man, you don't understand, and he follow you guys when you are laughing. Let's be serious over this matter. It's a serious.
No, it's serious because you know what to make at the laugh. You know what to make at the laugh.
With all the theories you guys are making, by
Mr. Gabo, from the beginning of that,
it's just talking just to get a popular vote. It is not.
Mr. Gabo,
you have to have evidence. Yes,
Mr. Gabo, Chernor is not running for any position. Chernor is not in Sierra Leone looking for a job. Chernor gets a job now, where they teach at the very school where they go school, and
he go to Northwest University. Doesn't matter.
No, but
it matters.
No, what are the
let me tell you something. Chernor is a fly-by-night journalist.
Okay. What?
He's a fly-by-night journalist.
Chernor has been a journalist for over 20 years, Mr. Gabo.
And as I said, I don't like what he's doing because you think he's doing a PhD. That's why I say I don't like PhD people. I like educated people. You know, Sierra Leone, when they say somebody's doing a PhD, it's different. They don't understand. They thought he's the educator of the whole world. And that's the theory I'm trying to bring in. Chernor is a fly-by-night journalist. He's a PhD holder whom I hate because I like educated people. He is a PhD holder. He's not educated.
Mr. Gabo.
This is what
when you say a fly-by-night journalist, that means now somebody where, in profession is not journalism, now somebody where like a contributor, somebody where can no more, he can go and call something and he pass back. I don't think Chernor actually fits that description because it be not the.
I think you gotta go and Google it once more. Probably read articles that talk about people by fly by night. Not only him being a lot of other professions, a lot of other people have been referred to as fly by night. Lawyers and doctors.
People who are not a lawyer, so then just kind of write something and they forget about that.
You might want to read an article to tell you what Chernor, but that description, I have so many descriptions for Chernor. He's a fly-by-night and he's an oppositional. He's an oppositional. Let me keep those terms. I thought Chernor is coming here today.
No, Chernor is not.
Can you bring Chernor here? Because our radio is worthy enough. Our radio is worthy enough to talk to him because he's talking to all those petty online WhatsApp.
You know, Chernor
every Jack and Jill. This is a very salient point. Let Chernor come here. Can you please bring Chernor next week? I want to speak to him.
I don't know what's in your schedule, but
I want to challenge him. I want to challenge Chernor as a neutral person. I'm not APC, I'm not SLPP, but I want to challenge him. Bring him.
Mr. Gabo.
Yes.
Is that the no saying as SLPP?
No. I only need trauma at this platform. This platform. Unlike by Bura, you will know side now.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Izagi. What do you want to add on that? Because we are almost out of time.
No, so just like how Mr. Kabode say, right? Bring this Chernor guy na this platform back. Make it can really tell we who side number one, who side to get the information, who side to get the fake voodoo figures them from, right? Because Mr. Abu, those things are like I don't watch them over and over, right? It don't even look authentic.
Okay. All right. I go try for a contact time and see what's not the thing. Mr. Gabo, Suleiman Bangura say, well, you read them, like the way them call. So if you want to answer. He said now they kill with country. He said we are the old people that now they kill with country, like you.
No, like by Bure.
I don't know. Maybe that's what you extract. Maybe something like that. But the whole thing is conflicting. I don't know. I don't know what he said.
The issue. Let us don't digress. The issue.
Tell Mr. Suleiman Bangura to reframe that.
The issue is. Let us don't be personal. The issue is not about Suleiman. It's not about Chernor.
No. Okay. I'm still here, Mr. Mr. Mankota, Mr. Suleiman Bangura, if you are hearing us, please restructure that so I can get it clear what you mean. But that's
Okay.
Jumbo.
Well, we get 5 minutes. Suleiman Bangura, you get 5 minutes for America. You explain better. So otherwise, you go explain next week because I go try for contact Chernor. He don't come at this program several times, so I don't know if what's my own schedule. Then see what he get for happen. I know go promise you the brain can next week, but hopefully I will contact him. Go ahead, Bible quickly.
Yeah, the issue is not about Chernor. Let's look at the fact. Let's look at the issues. The banks are empty. People are going without electricity. People are dying at cottage. The people in the sofa, basic food, they're all the square rocket in the country. They discourage investors. They're not there in the country. Everything don't they bad. And if to Mr. Kagwe point, if the first lady they go to the media, you don't listen to BBC over this issue, where then they quote the first lady over the. Then as a government, we get the BBC man, the Umaru Fofana, he bring the thing over the whole world. Chernor has a responsibility to educate. We want to build up an informed society. That's in goal. So if they continue for spread out the message, you say it's being disrespectful. How would you respect a thief, Mr. Kagbo? You they talk about disorder, oppositional disorder.
Okay, let Mr. Kagbo, because we only get 2 minutes. Let Mr. Kagbo answer quickly, and we'll go to
How would you defend a thief? The first lady, she is.
First and foremost, okay, they asked me to answer your question.
Mr. Kagbo, you get 1 minute. You get 1 minute.
First and foremost, I want you to withdraw that statement because the first lady, the president, or whoever is it, they are not thieves until they are proven guilty. Do you understand that? This is why I said I speak to people who are
If you are asking me, a commission don't prove say passport theft. A commission of inquiry. Go to the law books then as alone.
There is no
go to the archives.
Listen, we are talking about what we are talking now. There's nothing in records that Barabio is a thief. Bring
the passport.
Us the records.
The passport.
Bring everything here. Bring
Abbas Bunu paid back. Abbas Bunu paid back. In Kohat. In Kohat is cruel. He paid.
The problem is people go out of topic. When we are talking of something, let's bring it in. If you have evidence, come next week. We are here to prove that Barabio is a thief. The documents that produce that, the court of law that accuse him of thief, bring that tomorrow here. You see,
can you prove that the APC don't? Can you prove that the APC thief one great sentence alone? APC don't want the thief money as alone. Bring the evidence. Bring the evidence. If APC don't thief,
we have to argue maturely.
Yes.
You said that. I didn't say that. You said this, and that's why I asked you to bring the document.
Mr. Kagbo.
APC are happy.
Hey, Babule, you violate Mr. Kagbo in right for making get chance for talk. But anyway, Izagi, Babule asked a question. Can you prove any where APC thief 1 cent?
but the just concluded commission of inquiry where will bring judge the Nigeria judge for come assess the situation as alone. They find a lot of holes them within the past APC government, and even as that, and most of them don't pay that money, right? So what make you go?
Well, people then thief, not to the APC thief anyway.
But I mean, they're part of the government, right?
APC wanted them for go thief.
I think you guys are not serious yet for the issue. You guys are the same like Chernor. You are not serious about the issues. You are just playing games to fool the public. My grandmother or my grandfather who is in the village who cannot read and write, he heard these sweet things.
You don't begin you commemorating in time. Yeah,
take me time. Yeah, allow for take me time.
Okay.
If not,
okay.
So no, Mr. Abu, just talking about right. I think for say we as Sierra Leoneans, right? And I say this especially across. Sometimes we really need for gets and me honestly, I'm but you sabi me from the get go right. When I first 5 year now office APC. Yes, they do well, right? This this last time or when a second time or whatever, now they want to put up. Now everything went bad. You understand what's right?
And the reverse is probably una first time, and then una poto. I don't know if we're able to get a second time.
And to be honest, since we don't kind of power, right? We not give you the upper hand, right? Like how we be given an upper hand for rule salon, right?
I agree.
One thing out of one thing after another, and with that, the country not go before. We just stagnate. It's very, very bad across the board. This politics is not for be dying sleep or life and death situation, right? If you don't serve your country, for the past 10 years, allow the other party many really serve. If they fall on your own weight now, that's possible accept them. But honestly, even if I know someone not kind of power self again. Even if I know the people of Salon not that stupid for making a bring
No, it's true.
You know what is the definition of opposition in Africa?
No, I pretty much know that we'll get better opposition than APC.
You know what? No. Well, if we are not the thief, we don't talk up. So now they give the chance, but now we talk.
The thing is that APC don't become so power tossed to the extent that they go extra mind. Then they go extra mile for many come back na power, and which is not fair to Sierra Leone because at the end of the day, this government has not been given that chance.
Okay. I agree with you. I think so. We've been done. But again, now that make always as you talk same. The problem where they go right now as alone. 80% of the problem now because they say to whom much is given, much is expected, and 20% now because at least we obstruct now some way somehow. So are so sincere. So that's true. I agree with that. So on that note, I just want to tell you everybody thanks. We don't go 2 minutes ahead. I get something for do back 2 o'clock, so I don't even late. But I want to thank you now. And this is very important. What make I bring this topic? Sometimes we can forget, say, we get what bring we together as a nation. We always focus on things that we divide we. And if a nation always focus on things that we divide them, then they will always be divided forever. So sometimes we get for remind ourselves or say, okay, yes, I not like this person, I not like this person, but what are the things that they bring we together? Then let's focus on them things and them. And maybe the one that we divide, they even shrink if we focus on the things that we bring we together, So now that one day, and I see the hypocrisy. I they laugh on social media while they see one person they cap, and I they see some people they're doing some of the APC. Where they tell Alpha Bass say now somebody when na just hater. Now I they see that they say na hero. Now hero I say now so some people then they but anyway that's nature. Like
then go pay them back that money, then go get them back. First lady, that money they bring her back.
Okay. All right. So we'll go soon and back next week. Next week I go try. I not go promise say I they bring Chernor back because I don't know what's now your schedule and I not talk to it. But I they try for contact and see what you get for happen. I'll go soon and back next week, the same time, the same place. Good night.
All right.